our loyal YouTube listeners. Yes, I thought you were going to miss it because you ain't got much time. Facebook be coming up, and we don't.
Da, da,
This
da,
is an
da.
exclusive on YouTube, Makeup with Stephanie.
This is just getting weird.
It is. In no other radio show you're going to see this kind of stuff. You never see the big dominant.
One day I'm going to get you your own, and we're going to do Makeup with Roy. With the
Might
lip
as well,
gloss.
yeah.
That, hey.
If you want to waste your money trying to improve this face, go right ahead.
Wow. See, Roger, why can't our show be like this the entire time? Now this is entertainment. I love the crap you're talking about. It's not. Just kidding. Are we getting the countdown yet? Grumpy. That's creepy. Oh my goodness.
And see, the producer's been paying attention because they said, wouldn't it be cool if we just did the funky bluesy slide guitar work with no deal on that? So that's producer extraordinaire Jesse on the ball of that. So
I didn't even notice.
yeah, big props to that. And I could say,
Go
well,
boy.
yeah, you were paying.
I dig this song. I don't know why.
Yeah, I love the riff. I mean, that's
Like
absolutely.
when I first found it, I was like, "Oh, this is Roy right here."
Does Stephanie get a song or we just?
No, I've been listening and
That's
hoarding
cool.
a bunch of music. I might have one special for you. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't. No, you just. Oh, girl, I better go in. Anyways,
You are in officially big trouble.
that's all right. It's all right. We favor Roy around here. It's all good.
Oh yeah, who gets all the brick bats thrown at him?
Uh-huh.
On
Anyways,
this. It's always fun. Oh no, it'd be great. Oh boy, this thing's been popping today, all over the place. I mean, it just seems like one on the tune hit parade after another. You're gonna see that Roy's in a very joyous mood today, and
is
yes,
that like a legit joyous mood, or are you? Being
yes,
sarcastic?
because yesterday and we did do a very serious show yesterday. That and sometimes you just need to do that. You need to tone it down and really dig into the some of the critical matters of the day, and that. And I really, I was really impressed with the with Jack Wilson in his own words and that whole thing. But that's we dealt with that yesterday. You're back to the more traditional Roy that you've come to know and love. That's fired up
we
with
don't
the
love,
crazy hand
we don't love
gestures.
Roy.
Well, I tried on the deal. Coming back and forth. I mean, this goes from coast to coast. The idiocracy of what's going on just doesn't seem to stop. And today nationally, and a lot of people, the Trump impeachment trial, for lack of a better word, hit the Senate, and they started that today, which is an absolute waste of time, money, and that, because Trump's not getting impeached. There is no justification for impeaching President Donald J. Trump. But there's a few yo-hos out there that just have so much hate in their heart that they just want him going. They just want. I saw that. They just want him gone for whatever reason. It goes back to the fundamental part of our representative republic. We have elections. We have the political fight. We're doing that in 2020 like we do every 2 years, basically. And like I say, the even number of years is when we play politics and we elect our officials. Once the election is done, it's time to get down to governing. And that's the time to set the political fights away and let's do the business of the people. We can't seem to do that anymore.
Mm-mm.
And what I'm going to give you is the example, because the example today, January 21st, 2020, rolls this into such a neat package, you couldn't have scripted it any better. Because not only have I described the farce, fox fiasco that's going up at the District of Criminals on that, 2,500, 3,000 miles on the other coast at a local city, practically the same dang thing is going on. The city of Riverside. They've got 4 new council members. Gabby, whatever.
All brand new?
All first time elected. You know, this year, sworn in, been on the job, a couple months now. In Ward 5, it was Gabby, whatever the hell her name was, who won, and against Sean Mill. Sean Mill lost. Sean Mill is a planning commissioner at the city of Riverside. So what does the brainchild Gabby do? She puts it on the agenda. Well, I want Sean Mill removed from the planning commission.
Why?
That's what everybody's asking. This smacks of the same thing. Okay, we ran
So when did she get put in, though?
in November, whatever, of last
And she's
year.
already coming in and saying, I want this
Yes.
person removed, this person removed?
And the one that ran against her, which he was a sitting planning he was a planning commissioner, I think, appointed a couple years ago. Planning commissioner, City of Riverside, da-da-da. So he runs for city council. They had the primary, whatever, in June, because the city council elections, everybody runs, and if nobody gets 50%, it's down to 2. So it's down to Gabby and Sean. Gabby wins. Okay, you won the council seat. Fine. So probably you and Sean disagree a lot on stuff. And that's fine. That's what our political process is. It's to get everybody's opinion, not one side dictates all. You can't fight political fights. You can. If you're going to do this, all you're going to do is create chaos. You're going to come out with crappy government. You're going to have the problem like they were talking about when I left and I couldn't even was down there from 1 o'clock till a little after 4 when I had to leave.
Today?
And they still hadn't got to the agenda item of Sean Mill removal that Gabby put on the agenda.
They had a board meeting during the day?
Yes.
Why?
Because they don't want you to show up.
He's so mad.
It's like our illustrious school district
Don't be mean to our school district.
that makes you turn in your speaker slip at 7 o'clock and makes public comments wait till usually at the earliest 8:30 and sometimes 10 o'clock.
No.
While they all got a big smile on their face going, ha, 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 we can make you do that
Oh,
because
shut
you're a peon
up.
member of the public.
No.
Then why did they
got
do it?
others because they got other stuff.
Then
to
why
get to.
can't we turn in our speaker slips up until the time they call the agenda item like every other agency does?
I don't know, Roy. I don't have answers to everything.
Then I am correct.
You're not correct. They're not doing it to be mean. You're just
Then
taking,
then
you're
get them
taking
in
it
here.
personal.
Get those yo-hos in here and we'll
Stop
debate
calling
it.
people yo-hos. It's rude.
Get those board members in here.
There you go.
Superintendent, empty chairs and microphones. Let's go.
They can't just go and sit down and be like, let's have a chat with
They've been
Roy.
on this show. Susan Smith,
She's been on the show?
CJ,
She's brave.
CJ
Aw,
Johnson.
I love CJ. CJ would come on. Susan Smith's been on here?
Susan Smith was, before she was elected, and Tiffany Alvarez were in here on a debate before the election when she got elected. On top of that, she was on here twice, I think, after she's got elected. CJ has been on.
Yeah. The only two that might like you.
And actually, we discussed this 2 years ago with CJ when he was on the show.
I like how they do the public comments, though. I mean, they're getting everything out of the way. Students deserve to be recognized,
You
and
gotta
they
be
deserve.
kidding. We gotta sit there and wait at an average of 2 hours.
Roy, I love you to pieces, but calm down.
That's 2 hours out of your life you don't get back because they want to mock you, just like they're
They're
doing
not
at
mocking
Riverside.
you. They're doing other crap.
Then they can allow us to turn in speaker items until the time it comes to pull the
Your mom's
item.
watching. I got to be nice to you now. Just kidding. It's not against you, Roy. You're taking it personal.
No, it's against everybody in the public. It's not just because they don't want to hear. They were going to show you just like they were doing in Riverside
But
today.
you
Just
can
like-
write.
just
you can
like-
write Kedzie or anybody else on the board at any given time that you want to. Why do you have to wait for a meeting? Can we set up a meeting with you and Kedzie?
Yes.
No, I'm too scared. I'll get fired. Do you want him on the show?
Yes.
Why?
I've invited all of them. I've got an open invitation to come
But
in
they're
here.
scared.
Then if they're
'Cause
scared,
you're crazy.
if they're scared,
No, I'm not speaking for them.
if they're scared, then that just is a reflection on them.
No.
Come on, all you guys with your PhDs and all your degrees, come debate the ditch
See,
bank
now you're
Okie from
being
Edgewood.
no, you're just being a jerk, and sometimes people don't want to go talk to you because you think you know everything. I mean, you do know a lot. I will give you that, but you're a scary dude.
One day,
Even I get scared sitting next
even
to
one
you.
day, I'm gonna relay the conversation
Oh,
one time
crap.
we had with Susan Smith, Dr. Keziadora, and myself. So, get back to the Riverside. So we're down there. It's 1 o'clock. They start the meeting. They're going through all this rigmarole, talking about the price of tea in China. It's coming to 4 o'clock. We still haven't got to that agenda item. And they're still talking about all this stuff. Because, like you said, what is this all about? And if it is, and it has the appearance of everything about being political payback. And if that is the case, if Sean Mill, the city of Riverside, over 100 years old, they have procedures in place. If there is somebody doing something wrong, they have ethics committees, city attorneys, and everything to investigate that. And if anybody, board members, city employees, doing something wrong, or there is an allegation, or you think that they should be removed, there's processes to go through to make sure, okay, everybody gets their fair shake of doing that. And then if somebody is doing something wrong, if Sean Mill or anybody else has done something worthy of them being removed, then we have the process in place to make sure everything is done in a fair and reasonable manner. Because you make a mockery of the system if you're going to use that. It is what the term of abuse of power is. It's just like what's going on in the District of Criminals. Yeah, you can. The House of Representatives can impeach send it up for a trial on that, the president, at any time they want, and they sure as heck did, for no freaking reason.
Maybe they just don't like him.
And that is not a reason to remove the president of the United States or a planning commissioner or anybody else, or fire an employee or whatever.
Well, you gotta have respect for who's serving you. Not saying the president, but planning commissioner. Not saying that I think it's right, but just because you can do a job and you can do it good doesn't mean that you're gonna earn everybody's respect. You gotta be respected as well, and a kind individual.
And I've known Sean for a couple years or so.
I don't know who you're talking. I'm just saying in
and
general.
he's always been a great. I've never seen anything that he's done that would. He represents himself well. Yeah. In the political process, there's nobody more than me that understands. I mean, let's debate it. We'll have that. And this is what really intrigues me of this, because I don't, to me, even if we disagree
I'm still right.
I don't hate you or think of that. If you want to have an honest debate about things in a calm, fair manner, then let's go.
Can you honestly say you can have an honest, calm debate? A calm debate, Roy. Your hands fly everywhere on the radio when you're talking to yourself.
Because it's on videotape. You can see the candidates form. One of the aforementioned I have listed is Tiffany Alvarez and Susan Smith. You can see how I have that. You have been sitting there with various ones. Chuck Condor, which is on the Riverside City Council. And you have heard when I said, you have heard the comments about what Chuck Condor said about the way I do things. And
what did he say? I don't remember.
Well, we'll ask
how
him.
you're
no,
animated?
We'll have because Chuck's first interview ever after he got to, and he never did one because he was a military guy. His first interview, hour long in studio, in the Toyota San Bernardino recording studios ever as a
My
politician,
favorite place.
was with guess who?
Me.
Right. And again, but I don't know, and I'm not going to say it. I'll let Chuck tell you. We'll bring Chuck in. He'll come in.
You are very calm, and you can be when you want to be.
Yeah.
But I think people see how passionate you are and insane you can be at times that maybe they avoid you. I still love you. I hang out with you. I don't know why. I wonder, like, all the time. I don't even know why I said that.
It takes all kinds. It takes people with passion and stuff sometimes to move that needle.
It does.
And that's what like I said, everybody's got their place. Not everybody can do. We've had Cliff Cummings, owner and the big King Chingy's Fish of Toyota San Bernardino come in here. And it's just like he said, there's certain people, and it's like 1 or 2% of the population that can actually go, that actually is the movers and shakers that make things run. You got to have a certain disposition, experience, personality, or what to make that run. And most people, not to say most people don't. My theory is most people don't cultivate that. Most people do one thing or their job and stuff, and they do it really well and stuff. But they're not diverse in all the stuff. It takes a certain type of person to run a business, put a project together, keep everybody in line, da 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 da. It just and sometimes you got to have that. And one thing, and you said it, if you don't have whatever, if you're trying to move a project or a political cause or run for office or do anything like that, run a race team, whatever, you got to have a passion for it. And you got to have that, and people feed off of that.
I feed off you're angry. I always leave here pissed off.
See?
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. But it is.
We said
But
I'd say that.
and even look at and even you've said it. Look at the growth or the look at it how you're perceiving the world just since you've been on the radio show and seen all this stuff work and stuff.
And I see how angry and bitter I am towards humankind. I don't like it.
You're seeing the real world. That's the real world and how
I'm seeing Roy's world. This is like scary, man.
But this is a real world that works.
No, I think that you perceive things differently than I do, obviously.
Everybody does.
Yeah. I think you just want to nitpick at every little damn thing somebody does, and I just love everybody. Did you know today's National Hugging Day? Didn't. See? I know it's National Hugging Day, and you know Riverside County's going to hell. I'm just kidding. Oh, my God. I'm totally kidding. I grew up in Riverside County. You rock. Anyways, please take it away.
No, you're right. We've been doing it. I mean, and that's what we're some of us, and I was very encouraged, the amount of, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I mean, the place was pretty, I mean, there's probably
I can't believe they do that at 1 in the afternoon, though.
Well, same thing. They do that to make sure, they do that to make it difficult for the public to speak. I mean, you want to talk about that. I mean, there was, when this city started, I mean, sometimes they would make us wait at the city
Why
council.
don't you complain about the city making you wait?
There are hours
Hours.
and hours and hours of videotape of this, of the just in Moreno Valley,
Maybe they just don't want to
of all this stuff.
hear what you got to say. See, but I think, honestly, if someone is that passionate about changing something in the city, community, whatever, they're going to be loud enough to where they're heard. Maybe you're just not loud enough.
Oh,
I'm
you
not-
want me to get
No,
louder?
I'm not encouraging
Oh,
that.
God, I
Crap!
just got the permission to be louder.
No, I didn't.
I have not.
No,
been
I
loud
didn't.
enough.
I'm going to take your batteries out of your mic. No, but you know what I mean, though? Really, if somebody had that big of an issue, they're emailing, they're calling, they're blowing people up. They're just getting they're going above and beyond to be heard. You just respectfully show up and you wait. And you quietly wait, too. It's kind of weird. Or you leave and then you come back.
Because I follow the rules. Second thing,
I'm going to get smacked by the end of the show. I can feel it.
and it's on the public record. Make a public records request if you like.
No. Why would I want to do that? For what?
Make it under my name.
Why? For what?
Because both the city
He's doing the slow talk.
and
Drives me
the
insane.
school district
Just fucking spit it out.
both have plans in place submitted by a member of the public on how to organize the meeting, not have conflicts, which is tonight. Tell me, there is a city council meeting in the city of Moreno Valley tonight. There's one at the school board. Now, you tell me how you as one person are going to address items on both meetings.
Drive from one and then go to the other.
Well, how do you do that when you don't know, when you got to wait 2 hours down at 25634 Alessandro
He knows the address.
because you don't know, you've got to be there. If you're not there when you're called, sorry, unless you're one of their friends who they let go right through.
That's where the you need to be respected comes in. It's not a friend. It's being
Who
respected.
did you say sat there quietly and waits his turn at the meeting?
But you still go up and you're not respectful. You're kind-ish. But you go up there and you tell people they're doing everything wrong. People don't like that. You upset people.
And they can come in here and we will have it debating. And we'll
Because
see,
people
we'll see
don't
who's
like to
right.
do that.
Then they don't need to be in that office.
Why?
Because that is part
Because
of
they're
your
not sitting there
responsibility.
arguing?
No. It's for your responsibility is to represent us and build whatever. City of Moreno
And they
Valley,
think they are, but you
Riverside,
want to argue with
United
every
States.
little thing that they do. I'm just saying. Am I making you madder?
Partially, and it was because of those emails, they started to move part
Oh
of...
no, there's Bob. I'm screwed.
There's part of some of the stuff that came on that they did move some of the meeting dates around, but they still have the draconian measures of stuff that's working on that. Who's on who? We got a caller on the line.
I'm so scared.
Hello.
Hello, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
Your wish came true.
Hi, Bob. I love you.
These snowflakes that's never been to office can tell you what the heck is going on. Never been there, don't know nothing, but they ever.
Tell him, Pop.
Hello.
Yeah, no, tell him.
Yeah, I've been there.
How
I
many?
started
No,
with-
you tell
I
him about
started
no.
one
Just tell.
day
No,
one.
no. We don't. Tell him about the Richard Stewart pizza incident.
The which one?
The Dicky Stew pizza incident.
What did he do? I don't quite.
Remember the 11 o'clock deal in the pizza incident?
Oh yeah, when he didn't want to hear me and Ray Hossman talk, and so he decided we will wait. Everything is done, and it don't matter. You will get to talk at the end of the meeting. They would sit there and string on and talk to make sure everybody went home. They know all the people in Moreno Valley has to go to work early in the morning and late at night, And they used to laugh about it. The city council people used to laugh about the people
Stop right
that
there.
they did not like.
Stop right there. Did you hear that?
Yes, I'm
Your
listening.
city officials are up there. And
But
it's
they're going
on
into
video
work
tape.
in the morning,
Go,
too.
Go ahead, Pop. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, and they didn't appreciate it. So you want to talk about getting ripped?
No,
What?
tell them what happened at 11 o'clock on the pizza incident.
Well, yeah. Well, they wait till 11 o'clock, and then they would shut you off and won't let you talk. You know, they were not good to you.
No, tell them about when Richard Stewart ordered the pizza. at
Oh
11
yeah,
o'clock.
that was the best one of all.
Yes.
It gets 11 o'clock and it's time for us to eat or time to us to talk.
Right.
He says recess. He goes in the back room, calls up whatever
Domino's
delivery
or whatever
pizza.
delivery pizza.
Yeah, whatever pizza. They sit around till the pizza gets done. Then they all put pizzas out in front of them at city council, and we sat 30 minutes while Richard Stewart would take the pizza, bite one, and then hold it out to you and torment you with it, and then go back and get another bite. Then hold it out to you and get you another bite. And it was comical. I mean, he was the most hateful person of anybody talking. He was a lawyer, and he was, that made him God, and he always thought he was God in town. But I used to get him all the time. I would tell him, "Hey, Dickie Stew, you heard what I said. You don't know if I'm lying to you, Dickie Stew, because I lived it and you didn't, and we're both the same age. And if you were in this town when I was here, I would know who you were, and you would know who I was, because we didn't have a lot of kids back in the 50s here going to school. Or till I left school in 58, because we would have had to go to Riverside for 6 years. We went here for 6 years for grade school, and then 6 years to Riverside for all the upper grades. So the guy, and same way with Judy Newberger, they always used to sit up there and tell me all about the town. And I says, how do you come up with this answer when you don't even know what you're talking about?
Right, and we only got a minute left, and I'm going to try and get Sean Millen when we come back.
Okay, I'll let you go.
No, I just want to say, and I want you to relate that story of exactly what the history of the city of Moreno Valley. And I mean, this is just one example of about 25 gazillion that has went on through the years of the treatment that our public officials have given the citizens of this area time and time again. So that's why I wanted you to specifically, because like you said, that's probably the shiningest example of how your politicians would just thumb their nose at you, and just the arrogance and abuse of power that they.
Well, the best one is when they took me off the planning commission.
Right.
That was the better.
Well, that's
one.
what we're going to talk about. Stay tuned. Hopefully, we'll have Sean Mill, because the same thing is happening today, or was trying to be played out in the city of Riverside today.
Oh yeah, they hated me so bad they wouldn't even talk to me.
You got it. But thanks for calling in.
Bye.
So yeah, we're going to be joining KMET here in about 30 seconds, a minute. I've had such a fun day today. We got a couple minutes on that, I think.
I want to go home.
You got 1 minute.
We have 1 minute.
Sean,
see,
can you save me?
The great
What's
Sean,
wrong, Stephanie?
our Sean the engineer from KMET, not the Sean that's
Roy's
getting recalled.
insane.
All that.
I'm going to get smacked by the end of the show, too. Stay tuned.
On this, so we'll be joining KMET 1490, the Mighty Met, here in a couple of minutes. But no, these
We're keeping
things,
it interesting tonight.
these things are again, we're not making this stuff up.
I don't think you are making it up, and I'm not saying you are. I just think that
This is the history.
sometimes the way people talk to people, it pisses people off, and they just don't want to hear you talk anymore. That's all.
30 seconds, guys.
I'm not saying you are.
So what I'm
saying in
hearing
general.
from you is
Yes.
people don't like to hear the truth, and they get mad.
Thank you, Jesse.
He didn't say the things that come out of people's mouths.
They
I
don't.
said the
They don't
way-
like to hear their truth.
the
There you
way.
go. Oh
it
yeah,
gets said.
Sean, throw up. Go, yeah.
10 seconds. Here we go.
At Top Line Industrial, we don't just sell products, we sell solutions.
IE Newswire Daily is on the air.
The following is a paid program. Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
I just love it. And I've heard it before, and I'm trying to think of. I'm terrible at remembering
Everything?
song. No, most things I'm pretty good on the memory. Names and song.
Oh, names I'm
movie-
horrible at.
Yes, I
Forget
can't.
about it.
Yeah, I don't remember people's. I recognize their faces, and if I'm seeing them or something or hearing them. But man, if I haven't seen you in a while or something, I'm going, yeah, I know who you are, but I'm trying to think of.
I do that every day when I come in the studio and I look at you.
Yeah.
Who are you again?
Yeah.
What was your name?
Who's that? That no, it's a. I love that riff, and Jesse put it together as I requested yesterday. I said, well, can the intro? I just want to hear the music. So, and I think that I absolutely put in the comments. I haven't even looked at it because I've been just going.
Literally arms flying everywhere on a Taco Tuesday.
On the Mighty Met 1490 on that. Stephanie and Roy coming in as we do every Monday through Friday on here on that. Very.
You scared me.
I told you.
Oh my god.
Today, I told you today.
Today is National Hugging Day.
Really?
Yes. Seriously.
National Hugging Day.
National Hugging Day.
Wow.
Go hug somebody. Don't touch me.
So you're anti-hugging, huh?
No, I'm just kidding.
of the enchilada. No, we were talking about the whole first half hour of that of the little fiasco that's going on in that, and hopefully the wind up of that, because it caught my eye in the press enterprise of that. Planning Commissioner Sean Mill from the city, or Sean Mill, not me. Sean Mill of the city of Riverside. Gabby, whatever the heck her name is, newly elected city council member, and ran against Sean. They ran against each other in November. Gabby won. Congratulations. Sean lost. Okay, that's the way it goes. Now it's time to govern. Not be playing, if this is the case, and it has every indication of playing political payback. Just like I said, what's going on up at the District of Criminals. And then we got into and that's why I say this is the idiocracy of our whole system that's going on now. That we don't sit down and talk rationally about about everything and get everybody's opinion, thoughts, put it all together. Let's take the best and the brightest of all that stuff and put it together, and hey, like we used to do, and things were much better. We weren't sitting there, we weren't sitting there hollering at each other, and just because I don't like you, I'm going to take you out just because I can. That's not how things work. That's not how you get the best of everything out of it. That's not how you make government or anything work for anyone. And we're suffering far too much from this in our society. And like I said when I started the first show to wind it up, we got the exact same thing going 2,500, 3,000 miles over at the District of Criminals in Washington, D.C., of the impeachment of Donald Trump. There's a faction of there that just hate him so much, they don't care. They just want him out. And that is absolutely wrong. You cannot, and this is it, that you cannot play politics with this. You cannot even play personalities with that. I've said this example many times. I mean, when we're in the political process, that's where, everybody's opinions and stuff of that, because we all got a vested interest in that. Now, you may hate my guts. I don't care. But when we're in the public square and we're discussing the public business that affects all of us, we should be talking about, let's come to the best solution for everyone. And far too often, and even more increasingly, we're not doing that. Now, once we walk out of the building, we go our separate ways. You can go down the street, call me every dirty name in the book. I don't care. Have fun. If that gives you a lot of entertainment, go for it. But when we're in the public square, and this goes for everybody, everybody's treated equal. You are correct, and that's the problem. No, they're not. Just as the example of what Pop gave of that, which is happening and happened just today down in the city of Riverside. They're going to show you now that it seems like the onion's getting peeled off the deal, and unless somebody comes up with a reason why Sean Mills should be removed from office, if it's being done as a political payback because you ran against me in city council, then now we're trying to bury it, to push it off to the side. The council meeting was going 3 hours. I was down there. I had to leave to come up here to do a radio show. Didn't get to speak. I mean, I didn't get to have my 3 minutes to say of what was going on there to support Sean Mill. And more importantly, to support what our political process should be. And this has gone on far too long. It keeps going on. And it's got to stop.
Yes.
And if it was courteous, it's just like that. Here's what Mayor Tom Owings from Marina Valley. Back in the day, at study sessions and stuff, there's within the rules. Rules say you can only the rules say that they mandated that you can comment on items only on the agenda. Doesn't mean you can. So he opened it up that you could comment on, anything that was in the jurisdiction of the city, like a regular council meeting. The current council, when Mayor Extian Gutierrez gets in, he pulls that off. Now you tell me, was that done? Do let the people have a voice? Let them get their concerns out? Or we don't want to hear you?
No comment.
And this stuff goes on and on.
I don't know.
Like you said, what your first question when I said, well, what are they having a meeting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yeah, that's just weird.
No.
Have it in the evening.
Yes.
But what if they got stuff to do in the evening? I don't know. Like I said, too, there's so many different ways you can get your voice out there. You can do an email. You can call. You can write a letter. You can put it on media. Say it over the radio. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get your voice out there. I get that you want to do it the old-fashioned way where you go and you
Well, no.
go to the,
really.
and I like that you're going out of your way to go support somebody you feel like needs the support. That's awesome. But I don't think they're doing it to be evil.
Then what would be the purpose in it? Like you said, what is the purpose of having the
I don't know.
meeting
I'm sure there's a reason, though. I don't think somebody's sitting there like, I'm going to make it at 1 p.m. so nobody can come and talk. I'm just saying. Oh, my God. Jesse, seriously, give me tape.
Well, you tell me.
I'm just saying. I don't know. It's squirrely. Yes, I agree with that 100%. Absolutely. 1 o'clock? What's that? But I don't think it's to be evil. Well, that's just my opinion. Carry on. You can take the show back now.
Again, like the example of that. And we can cite hundreds of them. School boards, city councils, county boards, state, federal government, all across the line. This stuff keeps happening each and every day. They don't. It's all about, a matter of we want you listen, and be glad if we throw you a couple of crumbs along the way. Because if you don't, we will crush you.
Don't crush me.
It's part of what we talked about a lot on this whole enchilada on that. And
onions and enchiladas. You make me hungry every time I come here.
Oh, with that. But no, it's again, it's like I said, to wind it up. I mean, you couldn't have designed a better example, I think, to show this from, like I say, from coast to coast, from our national government to our most local areas. It's happening each and every day. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse each day because good people are letting them tolerate, or you're tolerating it. It's like the homeless thing. That's one of the things that we're talking about is all the stuff, and business owners were talking about that. You're putting in an untenable situation, like we showed the tape yesterday of Venice Beach, of the the girl that was allegedly raped in the middle of the street, she was passed out. This other guy comes over, allegedly or reported, witnesses said, come over. Well, you're passed out, with your, on the street. Well, I'm just going to decide I'm going to rape you right there in the middle of the street. And the business owner's taping this and saying, I'm done with this. How do you run? And this story is going on. I'm hearing this. I was sitting next to a longtime friend at the city of Riverside. She said, I'm in downtown Riverside. She says the same type of stuff is happening in front of my business. She said it's getting intolerable, just like the woman in Venice Beach. It's happening in your area. You want to turn everything into an S-hole?
Ooh.
And that's what we're doing. That's what we're allowing to happen.
I'm not going to allow it. You're so scary right now. Don't know me.
The truth. No, it's the truth. And like I said, you think I'm wrong? Well, hey, call in.
Hear a lot of things.
951.
922.
No, yeah, you can do 922-3532.
Or you can do 951-242 5397. Or no, I'm just kidding.
We got more phone lines.
What's your cell phone number, Roy? Let's throw that one out there.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
But no, it's getting crazy out there on that. See if Jesse, try Sean Mill's phone number. See if they've got a resolution to it. Now the meeting might still be going on. Who the heck knows?
Who knows
of that? But we'll get the.
We wouldn't know because he's not there because they're being evil.
Yes, we'll get the first-hand story of what's going on in this whole fiasco going on down there, because it was it's absolutely nuts on the whole thing going on. But no, our society just keeps crumbling like that. Of that, and do you agree, or maybe you don't? Should our elected representatives and executive staffs, when they're running the board meeting, should they have respect for the people that are out there in the public, whether they agree, disagree? The rules say you get to speak. You get to speak 3 minutes, and even if so, or whatever the rules are, why would you want to restrict the public from getting their voice out? Now, you make a great example, and I've said it all the time. I don't worry about it for me personally, because I have the ability to get my voice out. They will hear it one way or the other.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
But what precludes, and what really is my concern, is the average John and Jane Doe, toting a lunch pail to work every day, that doesn't know the rules or how all this stuff works. They ain't got hardly a snowball's chance in hell. And that's what the real crux of this problem is. And this is where society gets degraded, because that's what they're trying to do. They want to get you away from. Go ahead.
Well, I think, too, with these public comments and all that stuff that you're talking about, I mean, they have so much stuff to go over during these meetings as well. So do you suggest that the public goes first and then they go over all this stuff, and then the public can come back and speak again if they want? Like, how do you... they have to pass stuff for you to talk about, but then you got to be there afterwards.
Okay, you don't want kids shouldn't be staying up late on school nights getting awards at 9 o'clock. Have your awards from 6 to 7. Do all your stuff. 7 o'clock, the meeting starts. 7 o'clock, the meeting starts. Exactly what you're talking about. Public comments, right on the top. Get you in, get you out. We have a caller on the line.
Yeah, go ahead. You want to hear a story that happened in Riverside? So I know you were a lot younger when this one went down, but back in the old days, one of our state legislators was in the restrooms at Fairmount Park doing oral sex, and the police department arrested him. It was in the paper, so anybody wants to check it up. It's a long time back, but that used to go on all the time down there at Fairmount Park and White Park and Riverside when I was a kid. This stuff was been going on for a long time. It just was covered up. But that one is in the paper, so anybody wants to know, when our state representative of Riverside was caught at Fairmount Park.
No, it's the whole homeless thing, and that's what they were talking about, though. How we're going to, and this was some of the comments I was getting before the deal of that. Riverside and Rusty's going to be, he's not Rusty Bailey, the current mayor, is going to, he's not rerunning for office. He's going to be head of a nonprofit to get to what? We're going to run the homeless deal, and he's getting the rules changed where they can. They're going to put 2 people in an 8x8 box for temporary shelters and yada yada yada. And you know exactly, and this is what we're all talking about in the audience out there before it comes up. You know what this is exactly going to do? Well, all the homeless are going to say, hey, let's go over to Riverside. We're getting all the benefits over there. They got a place for us to stay, yada, yada, yada. By encouraging this, what do? You're going to attract more of them. You're going to make this situation worse. They're not making it better trying to shelter people that are just, that need more help than that. They cannot take care of themselves, whatever, or however they're doing it. But as we have seen, encouraging this behavior or financing her, that has just made the problem worse.
Well, you know what the old saying is from the politicians: if we build it, they'll come.
Yes. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're encouraging that kind of behavior down there in Riverside, and so they're good. What they're doing, and they can't see it, or maybe they probably do know it, but they don't care because few people are going to make buku of dollars off of this thing. Rusty Bailey himself, just because it says nonprofit doesn't mean that he won't that he ain't going to be making a bunch of money, because he was on another radio show and they asked him, well, how much are you going to make? And he says, well, I don't know. Tell me this. In any job you have ever had, you went into it not knowing what the salary was?
Yes.
Well, I would say yes.
You know the old saying, nothing's free.
Yes. You know dang well what you're getting paid when you sign up. That's like the first of that. Rusty Bailey is not taking that job with a nonprofit after he leaves the mayor of Riverside, and he doesn't know how much he's making.
You never know.
Rusty is not a dingbat. He may be a lot of things, but he's not stupid.
He ain't that kind of guy.
Yes, he's not stupid.
No. Hey, anybody that would say they're going to do something for free is lying to you. They don't do nothing for free. There's something in it for them.
Yes.
Nobody does nothing for free.
Yes, there is no free lunch.
Nope, there ain't no free lunch. I don't care even.
I wouldn't doubt it. We haven't been able to make contact, but maybe the meeting's still going on down there in Riverside.
Maybe.
And
it started at 1?
Started at 1 o'clock of the deal, because it smacks of this corruption, and that's what we're doing. And I mean, like the saying is, we heard about the old military-industrial complex that Ike did when he was going out of the office in 1961. And the new one is like they say, the homeless industrial complex. There's a few people that are making a buku of dollars off of this thing, and they don't care if you got to live in an asshole as long as they're making money.
Right. Yeah, where's Rusty Bailey? He was showing off like, I can live in one of them little places.
Yes.
No, live there for 5-10 years, Rusty Bailey. In one of them little cubicles you want to build. Then I'll shake your hand and say, yeah, you're a real patriot.
Right.
But that only lasted how long before he decided this ain't no way to live?
Well, yeah, now he's going to stack 2 of them in that same little... Actually smaller. That one was 72 square feet. This one... Now they want to put 2 in an 8x8 building because they said, well, we can put more people in, yada, yada, yada. They're only doing that because, we only have to build half as many of them. Who's going to be making... Whose salary's going to get increased on all this because they don't have to buy more temporary shelters under the contract because Rusty's down there changing it? I'm just saying.
Yep. The man ain't that good-hearted.
Yes.
No politician does nothing for nothing. That's why all politicians become rich. How do they become rich without working at a job that has a profit?
Yes.
They become multimillionaires, every one of
them. On a salary of 50, 60, or we're starving to death at $100,000, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then when they retire, well...
you brought yada, yada, yada back.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Yep. Like I say, it's called go get you a politician job. It's like having a license to steal.
Pretty much. Because the big secret is they exempt themselves from most of the laws that they make all of us peons abide by. Got it. Well, we're getting to the end. I'll give you about 30 seconds or so to wrap it up.
Well, like Congress has right now, they cannot be charged for inside trading when they buy stock. Now, there's a rule. Everybody else can get put in jail,
Yeah.
but they can't.
You got it.
I'll let you go.
You got it.
Bye, Pop. He never says bye to me.
It's funny. Dial up Jason Hunter's number on there. See if I'm curious. See if even the meeting's done on the deal. We got about
Let's go
5. See if
for it.
we can get a deal on that. But no, it's been a fun day of all the stuff of going on. But it's a real great example of really where a political process is just went off the deep end on that stuff. And we really, all seriousness aside on this stuff, is, it's really good people not paying attention to how this stuff happens. And, because I could almost flat guarantee you, 50 people stood up there and said, it's probably still going on. I can't even get Jason Hunter on down there, who was down there at the meeting and was talking to, he's more smarter on Riverside.
What does he do? Is he like a council member or anything?
No, he's
a Roy?
pretty much. Yeah, he's the equivalent of Roy down in Riverside.
There's another one? No.
I know, right?
Of that. No, he actually worked for Riverside Public Utilities, and they fired him because he was exposing a lot of the stuff that was going on.
Well, that's how they're treating
my-
them, right? Snitches get stitches. So if you go up against them, you're gonna get stabbed.
Well, yeah, but I think he wound up getting a settlement of about $250,000 out of that deal.
All right, Jason, let's go party. No.
The deal, yeah.
I wanted to throw out a happy
What?
anniversary to my mom and dad. Today's their wedding anniversary.
Really?
Happy anniversary.
How many years?
Dude, come on.
Oh, well, most
Like
people.
36?
Well, that's cool.
37?
You don't even
36
know.
to 37.
Like, wait a minute,
How old
the
am I?
oldest kid is 38.
I'm 36 to 37 years. Something like that.
Happy anniversary.
Mm-hmm. They're both sick in bed.
Well, this would be one for the record books. Yeah. 36, we were both sitting
Yeah.
in that. Highland Fairview update. They were working on a project down in El Centro to move another concept of like a World Logistics Center down there. From my information, it passed 4-1 today on the deal. So congratulations to Ido Benzivi and Highland Fairview for moving that project, another project for them to start working on and moving forward, and hopefully, before we're all looking at the roots of the grass, we might see something done on that one either. Too, like the ones, and that's another thing. And when we've discussed a lot of times, but all the roadblocks that they keep putting in front of businesses and stuff, and there were other people. I mean, long-time family down there that was, investing millions of dollars into Riverside, and one of the family members was down there explaining how it was difficult, and the city of Riverside was making it difficult on them when they were, especially when they were investing millions in the depths of the recession in 2010, and they're still giving them hassles over things today. And you hear this story on and on and on, each and every meeting, and for every time you hear it at a public meeting, I probably hear this hundreds of times. Just from all the travels, talking and doing all the contacts and things that I talk to, the untold stories are the ones that are coming on, are sometimes even worse. But a lot of people are afraid to do it because our political machine has become so powerful that people are afraid that they're going to get knocked down by that. And again, it's like I said, we've got to get the 3 F's that we should be talking about on free is freedom. Number 2, free will. Number 3, free from fear. And when you have all them 3s, there's nothing that people can put roadblocks in your way that's going to stop you. It's like the great coach Vince Lombardi, or no, it was George Allen, of the Redskins said, 40 men fighting together just can't lose. And that's what he was doing. You stick together and you dedicate and you train and you go and you put in your best effort, we're going to go out there and kick some rear end. You want to slough off or do that or that, we're going to lose. And that's just the bottom line on this stuff.
Bottom line.
So, hopefully some of this stuff will motivate that. You got anything else? We got a minute left.
No.
Yes. This will there's a later on KMET. We might still do the like we're doing here. We might still do the video cast. I don't know, Wednesday, but we won't be back on KMET because the Lakers will be on Wednesday or Thursday. So those of you who are tuning
But Friday, I'm demanding that it's fun.
Fun Friday.
Yeah. All this scary hand waving, almost about to get hit stuff. I can't handle it. I need some fun, man. I'm just kidding.
Who
are you going for Super Bowl?
Well, I told you that you took the Chiefs. I'll probably take the 49ers
right.
just to make it interesting. It's no fun not to have a
good competition.
Yes.
And make sure you go to Mountain Mike's for Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be epic. Starting at 2:30.
All that. It's going to be great on that. As
fun.
we usually 3, 2, 1.
We're gone.